guys. It's good to be here. I'm always honored to take this stage. Have these last few days not been incredible? USANA continues to put a better event on year after year after year, but I've got news for you. This show is not over yet. Who's hungry still to grow? Do I have some future diamonds in this room? Anybody who's tired of being average? Where are my champions at? You know what USANA needs? We need new leaders that are ready to rise up and become what you're supposed to be. Who's ready? Now I'm telling you, every speaker has been incredible, but there's just something so special about listening to fellow USANA associates. We just get each other, don't we? We understand the daily rhythm of this business. How many of you have had one of those magical days in USANA? I'm talking about one of those days where everything seems to go right. Those days where your prospects say yes to everything, right? Those days where your team members are actually early to the conference calls and they're loud. Your events that you put on are standing room only. Your left and right legs are maxed out at 5,000 points. You've got new business centers that are booming and bonus checks that are flying. And then to end the day, Dave Wentz calls you and says, hey, I want you to fly across the country, fly across the world to inspire associates all across in Australia and New Zealand and the wonderful markets that we represent. How does that sound? Does that sound like a magical day in USANA? But how many of us have had those terrible, miserable, don't want to remember days in USANA? I'm talking about for breakfast, your My Smart shake was warm and you forgot your flavor stick. You drove an hour to your presentation and your flaky prospect was a no-show. On the way home, as you're driving, you get a flat tire and you have to wait 2 hours in the heat. Your team member calls and says they need to take a month off from their business because they got the sniffles. And the UPS man somehow lost your auto order you've been waiting 10 whole days for because you're cheap and chose the SurePost option. Oh yes, we've all had some of those days, right? I've had 9 years of those days, but you know what? I'm still here. And you're still here. You know why? That's because we are committed. No one said this business was gonna be easy, did they? I was only promised that this business would be worth it. Little did I know that my favorite part would actually be the relationships that I would develop in the process. Just 1 year ago, I married the most amazing woman in the world, Kristen. But on that special day, the 7 men that stood by my side and 75% of the people in that room were all a part of the USANA family. Do you know what makes our business so strong? It's not our world-class vitamins or our pay plan. It's not our fancy building. It's not our list of accolades. It's the people. It's you. People define a company. And what makes us united isn't solely those magical days. It's the hard days that we face together, when we feel battle-tested and it feels impossible to win. This is where true commitment is found. You need heat to forge a sword. You need heat to purify gold. In the fire is where character is formed and battles are won. I've seen people come and go over the years. If it were easy, everyone would join and everyone would stay. But not everyone's committed, are they? People who are committed at the highest levels garnish the most attraction and followers because people follow commitment. Think about the recent Olympics. Think about the political campaigns. Usain Bolt, Michael Phelps, Barack Obama, Donald Trump. These people are committed. But the difference between leaders that last and those that don't is literally their commitment to others. Nelson Mandela was a great leader because he saw the vision of his people. And he was committed to a life of helping them accomplish their goal of freedom. Committed leaders are not committed to the vision that they see, they're committed to the vision of their people. 25 years ago, one man, Dr. Myron Wentz, made a decision. He was tired of seeing people leave this earth too soon and spending too many of their years in life in pain and suffering. So in faith, he makes a decision to start USANA. Today, people around the world now live healthier lives. You see, his vision was too strong. He was immovable unshakable, unreasonable. We are here today because of his decision and his commitment, and we have followed him because his vision was for our health and our well-being. So thank you. Thank you, Dr. Wentz. You heard John Maxwell. He says, all things worthwhile in life are what? They're uphill. It's true, isn't it? No one goes uphill accidentally. You have to be intentional to go uphill. It takes hard work. Today, we live in a culture where people have these uphill dreams and downhill habits. Hundreds of thousands of associates have joined USANA. They've signed that dotted line, but most of them are not with us today, are they? It's you that are here. It's you. It's you. You're here. And you are the future of this company. Do you realize that? If you say yes, and that's you, what do you do now? You showed up to conventions. Some of you are sleeping 6 in a room. Your desire is to be a leader. Is that good enough? This week, you've learned about the what to-dos. Is that good enough? Some of you got inspired by all the uplifting stories and the inspirational speeches. Is that enough? No, friends. Emotions, they change like the wind. You can't stop them. You can't dictate how you feel. Today, you're excited about growing your business. You feel like making 20 phone calls. Great! But what if you don't feel like doing it tomorrow? Real changes happen when we make real decisions. You must decide to think differently. You must decide to be intentional. You must decide to be committed. Maxwell says that when you make a commitment, you create hope. But when you keep a commitment, you create trust. So are you committed? Can others trust you? If I was a prospect looking to join USANA, I would want to follow someone who plans on becoming a diamond director. Matter of fact, they already know they're a diamond director. It's just a matter of time. I don't follow people that are flaky, here today and gone tomorrow. We follow commitment, right? I want you guys to listen closely how a diamond director thinks. Listen carefully to this quote. Every Sunday night is planning night for me. I schedule out my week. I listen to some music, have my favorite drink. I schedule out every activity for the day and the week. Every day there's a morning routine. Every day there's a time set aside to invest in family. Every day there's a midday prayer. Every day there's a quick nap time. I get more done in 2 to 3 hours than most people get in 10. Why? Because I choose to create a powerful schedule. I choose to do the things that allow me to control my time and to control my mind. The old saying is true, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. Don't make Monday suck, own it. Own your time, own your schedule. I have found the more in control of my time that I am, the better my business does, the better my body feels, the more money I make. Spend some time on you tonight. Plan your workouts, plan your meals, plan your study time, plan date night, plan when to pray, plan when to sleep, and then stick to the schedule. Does that sound like a diamond director to you? Friends, that's intentional living. Your thinking creates your attitudes, which creates your actions, which creates your results, which ultimately will create your life. You know, you're all diamond directors if you decide to be. If you're ready to be a diamond director, if you're ready to decide, I want you to stand up. Listen to me. If you have decided it's time, if you've decided it's time to be the best version of you, I want you to say yes. If you've decided it's time to impact more lives, say yes. If you've decided it's time to live intentionally, say yes. If you've decided to truly commit, say yes. Listen to me. Desire backed by faith knows no such word as impossible. Stand firm in your commitment, and don't you dare come back next year the same. Thank you very much.